It was a morning of confrontation and unrest in Stuttgart. On one side, police looking to protect the conference venue of the right-wing party Alternative for Germany, or AfD. On the other, thousands of left-wing protesters looking to prevent the conference taking place. Rocks and other items were thrown at the security forces, and they replied with pepper spray. For a short time, around 500 protesters were detained, almost all to be released later. One protester explained why he had come to Stuttgart.
We are united by our conviction that we cannot let the AfD go unchallenged, and that it is a party which is not only racist, but which is engaged in the politics of exclusion and social division.
Inside the conference centre, it was a different story. Just 3 years ago, this party was in its infancy and on the fringes. Now it regularly gets more than 10% in the opinion polls and is debating its manifesto for next year's general election.
The policy statement is a framework that we have to flesh out in our daily political work, in election campaigns and demonstrations. That is our task today, defining a framework for the Alternative for Germany, which has arrived in society and which is here to stay, whether the consensus parties like it or not.
But the consensus parties do not like the AfD one bit and have all refused to work with it, citing its policies on refugees and European integration, among other things. One of the most contentious issues this conference is debating concerns religion, in particular Islam. One proposal would outlaw the right for people to wear headscarves. Another would ban the call to prayer of Islam. Yet another would outlaw the right to perform ritual slaughter of animals. Proposals that are opposed by all the mainstream parties, but which find support among the AfD members.
Here in Europe, we have a culture behind us which assumes a concept of humanity that's based on freedom and self-determination, whereas Islam demands the subjugation of the believer to the religion, to the concept of the God, and that is, of course, difficult in relation to our constitution.
The AfD takes on political themes which the other parties have woefully neglected in the last years, and because I am convinced that the political system has moved so much to the left and that the AfD is now filling that gap, for that reason I have found my political homeland here.
The AfD says it practices direct democracy, but at this conference, some of the speeches and votes have taken place in a way that seemed perhaps a little chaotic. But the party leadership is clear. It says AfD membership is growing and that politically it is on the march. Dominic Kane, Jazeera, Stuttgart.